So as I'm sure you guys know, Pierre Poilievre held his Canada First rally yesterday afternoon in Ottawa, and he said some really outstanding things, and he just reposted this an hour ago, where he just clipped out about a minute of him, sending a Canada First, which is a very strong message. So he says here, work together, fight together, win together. That's how we'll put Canada first. And let's have a look at what he says, and then we'll talk about it after, like usual.
We will be a self-reliant, sovereign country that stands on its 2 feet. We will reward work, unleash entrepreneurs, harvest our resources, make our own goods, trade with each other, build homes for our youth, rebuild our borders and military, honor our history, and raise our flag. What binds us together is the Canadian promise that anyone from anywhere can do anything, that hard work gets you a great life in a beautiful house on a safe street, wrapped in the protective arms of a solid border defended by brave soldiers under a proud flag. To preserve that flag and its promise, we must work together, fight together, and win together. That is what it means to put Canada first.
I mean, that's a great message. And by the way, he had a big crowd yesterday. Not even everyone could fit in the building that they were hosting this thing in. There was thousands of people all around the building, outside as well. But everything he said there is a thing that Canadians and Canada as a country needs to strive towards. Hard work, decent place to live, safe place to live, protected border. People who commit crimes, especially people who commit very serious crimes where they harm people, keep them in jail. Or at least put them in jail for a sentence that they deserve. Not just, hey, we're going to arrest you and you'll be out on the street within a week. That's obviously very bad for society. And when you have a future prime minister like this who's blatantly saying, hey, look, I've had enough of this. Canadians have had enough of this. We need to work together, fight together, win together so that Canada can become prosperous again. And what I mean by that is a thriving middle class. If this continues, what's going on now, there will not be a middle class in 10 years. Look, if rent doubles again, there's going to be people paying $2,500 to $3,000 a month for an average one-bedroom apartment. Do the math. I mean, what are people going to be making in 10 years? Not that much more than they are now. If your rent's $3,000, you're screwed. Which means we better wake up. Because the more that we continue to vote for globalists, the more that we are going to be put in danger. You're going to have a full-time job just to be homeless. I mean, think about that. There's already people now who need 2, 3 jobs just to pay their $1,600 a month rent. It's insane. And there's no need for it. And people will say, well, it's just incompetence. But no. They did this on purpose. They are not incompetent. They are evil. They're very smart people, guys. Trust me. I know they say stupid things, but that's because they're trying to trick stupid people into voting for them again. They know they've mismanaged the money. They know that they allowed the border to be wide open on purpose. They know that when Trudeau sees the so-called Safe Supply Act, and it's failing miserably, there's more drug addicts, more homeless people, needles in parks. He sees that and then says, hey, we want to bring the same thing to Toronto. He sees that it's destroying a beautiful province in British Columbia, and he wants to take Ontario next. That's how evil this guy is. And Mark Carney's the same thing. They do not want to protect Canadians. They do not want Canadians to thrive. You will own nothing and you'll be happy, and that's exactly where the middle class is headed towards. And people who are not in the middle class, which by the way is where most of the liberal support comes from, people who live in downtown Toronto working at banks and law firms, people who make really good money, they're the ones who support liberals because in their life, from their perspective, things are fine. But if you're working in a warehouse, driving a forklift, if you're a customer service agent, if you're a barista, again, these are average jobs. That doesn't mean you should have a Mercedes if you work in a place like that. But if you work 40 hours a week doing any job, you should have a decent place to live. And it shouldn't take 50% of your income to do that. The better job you have, the better your life will be financially, of course. But you shouldn't have to work 60, 70, 80 hours a week to afford a bachelor apartment in Hamilton, Ontario. And then that's insane. Because then what you're doing is you're telling people, hey, your hard work will get you nowhere. And then guess what's going to happen to those people's minds? They're going to go, oh, well then what's the point of working hard? I got to work 60 hours a week and still never buy a house? What's the point? Canadians are pissed off. And rightfully so. And this is, again, another message I've been saying for a very long time now. Once Pierre Poilievre gets in office, do not get complacent. Celebrate, but we must make sure that we hold Pierre Poilievre accountable, and we must criticize him when he makes mistakes. He will make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. Doesn't mean we all need to turn on him or do anything crazy, but when he does something that is not good for the country, that's when we need to speak out against him. That's what accountability is. Not just, and again, liberals and conservatives can be guilty of this. My party's good, the other party's evil, therefore my party can do no wrong. And that's just not true. That's why a lot of people think that conservatives and liberals it's just a uniparty, because they think the same way. Well, Pierre Poilievre is showing that he's a different type of conservative. He's more of a populist. He's not far right. I was gonna say almost maybe like a libertarian, but he's more populist than libertarian in my opinion. But either way, it's a lot better than what we have with the Liberals, the NDPs, the Greens, the Blocs, which shouldn't even be a federal party. He's by far the best option. But please, let's not get complacent. Let's hold him accountable so that we can actually make Canada a great country once again. Well, that's going to be it for this video, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment sections. Please do not be shy. Please also don't forget to like and subscribe, as it really helps grow the channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back shortly with a new video.